Alright, what's up spontaneous gameplay, it's App, and today I'm bringing you guys some sweet gameplay in ShadowRun where I play as a troll, but I want to be talking to you guys about gameplay because that does get boring. But first, I have to tell Hawk the boy how to say I love this video or I love this vid in Russian, and it's pretty simple. It's just Я люблю этот видео, and there are different translations for video, but they match more with theater and other words like that. If you guys want to know something, how to say something in Russian, just leave the word or sentence down below saying like, how do you say blah 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 in Russian, and I'll pick one for the next video. So I'm gonna talk about where I come from and why I came here, because some people have been saying that I'm not Russian and that my YouTube channel says my nationality is from the US. Well, it's not, because I don't even have my nationality on my YouTube page. It's just the country I live in at the moment, which is the United States. And I am from a small town called Karacháyevsk, which is in Russia, right above this small country. And it's a very small town. And the reason we moved here is because Russia is very dangerous, no matter where you are, as long as you're rich. Now, we weren't rich when we lived there, but compared to other people in this town, we had a good amount of money because this town was poor, I guess you could say. And I had relatives that owned big trucking companies, and most of them moved to the US because they couldn't handle the fact that wherever they go, they have to keep a shotgun under their seat, and they have to be ready for mafia to blow up their tires, you know, and to come and interrogate them and ask them for money, because mafia will do anything. And even worse, the police won't do a thing because the mafia is much stronger than the police. And my uncle actually told me a story about how he stopped at a red light and there was a police car in front of him that also stopped. And in the next intersection, a semi-truck zooms right past this cop and a couple mafia cars, you know, black Beamers, I'd imagine. They're chasing the semi and they're shooting at the semi with guns at the semi's tires, probably. And, you know, I imagine they have AK-47s because, you know, it's Russia. What do you expect? So these guys are chasing the semi, and the cop could obviously see him. If not, he can hear him. There's gunshots and a semi driving 100 miles per hour, you know. And this cop doesn't even think about calling help or moving. He just, you know, waits for green light and keeps going. Because they don't want to get into any mess with the mafia, because if they do, they're screwed. So they're just scared like that. And, well, a few months ago, I asked my mom why we came to the US, and she tells me this really long story about how we had a good amount of money, and one of my dad's workers decided to work for some mafia, and he knew how to get all the money, this employee, from the company, but he just couldn't because the safe was, he didn't know the code to the safe. So they broke in just in time when my dad was collecting the money, because he was the only one that knew the code. So they grabbed him, and they were obviously wearing masks, and my dad didn't know that one of these robbers were his employees, and there was 6 of them total when they grabbed him. And, well, they took him to some shack, and they took him hostage. And right by this place where my dad was being held hostage, there was a drug house that was found at the exact same time when my dad was being held hostage, and it was right, they were like really close to each other. So the police came, and by, you know, they have to evacuate everyone that's within the 1,000 square feet of this drug house. So what the police did was go around, you know, check every square inch, and they were just going through every house and telling people to evacuate. And they got lucky because 4 of these mafia guys, 4 out of the 6 left, and 2 of them were left with the money and my dad. So the police, when they walked in this shack, they saw that my dad was being held hostage, and they took care of these 2 guys, and they freed my dad with the money. And then right after that, we scheduled a flight, and it was just 100% yes, we're going to America. And here I am. And we flew About a week after that happened, we flew away. I was a year and a half old. I didn't know anything about it. Probably because I was a year and a half old, obviously. But I found out a few months ago. And we obviously left because the rest of the mafia would come to get us eventually to finish the job. And they did lose. I heard they got like some more of them were caught after that, but I don't know if they're still alive. They're probably in their 50s already. But yeah. Also, I heard that recently the church that we went to in this small town was burnt down, but luckily everyone was safe. I don't know who did it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was mafia. But that's pretty much it. If you guys still don't think I'm Russian, then leave a question in the comments and I'll try and answer them, because you know, I'll try to get to as many as I can, so then you guys can believe me that I am 100% Russian. I promise. Okay, well, that's all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. If you can, like and or favorite this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.